Who are we? Ready revolutionaries, authentic action takers, noteworthy nimble navigators, dedicated, opening doors to locked lineage, perpetuating passion, purpose, and prestige, hope for the future. Aspiring lifelong learners, unstoppable, unapologetic, mission-driven, with new ideas, international innovators.
I'm Michael Gums, class of 1999, born in Queens, New York. After I left Randolph, I went to the Lincoln University, the first HBCU. Enjoyed my time there greatly. I'm working for the electric utility for New York State, which is the New York Power Authority. For them, I manage the warehouse and I also manage procurement. Basically, I handle all of the logistics for my site. The site that I work at is the transmission site. This is the location where we transmit or we change over 765 kilovolts from the falls, either directly north in Messina or from Niagara Falls, where we have hydropower generation. That 765 kilovolts is transformed to 345 kilovolts, which is usable in our metropolitan areas. What I do, I purchase majority, 90% of the equipment and services for the site, and my team, we store it and make it available for the trades when they need it. Work-wise, I'm comfortable speaking in public. I'm comfortable taking charge of meetings if I need to. And I can also support my leaders if they need that.
My very first job, because I was probably too lazy to get a job before then, but was as an intern. And I got that internship through a program that Mr. Thompson introduced me to. And it was an internship in the PR department of a record label. And to this day, it probably is still the coolest job I've ever had. As a teenager, working at a record label with the biggest hip hop artists at the time coming out and being able to go to the first Source Awards. So I'm definitely dating myself here because people probably don't even know the Source Awards. But so, you know, that was that experience. But I didn't realize that it was shaping my career because I did go down the STEM route. I was an engineering student at campus. I majored in engineering as an undergrad. I worked for a year in IT. And then I went to get my MBA. And I went to a workshop about brand management and marketing. And I was like, that's what I want to do. But I only knew that's what I wanted to do because I had the experience from my very first job as an intern in PR. And ever since then, I've been pursuing a career in marketing, networking. And it took a long time in my own personal career to figure out, like, I knew, oh yeah, you should network, be nice, you know, go to happy hours or things of that nature. But we put so much emphasis in the African-American community and the Latino community on hard work. Hard work is just the entry door, like the entry level. Like, that's not going to get you promoted in your career. That's not going to get you the new business. That is the basement. That's bare minimum. And a piece that we don't talk about out in the community is, you know, networking in terms of building your network and having people advocate for you when you're not in the room. And that's only going to happen when you put in the hard work, but then you build relationships with people.
I like to think I had the full SBI experience in that I had the opportunity to participate in the arts program. I was a member of Sisters Only, the STEP team. I was also sort of the office handywoman, if you will. So I served as an intern, and that was a really valuable experience. I like to think that SBI gave me the training wheels that I needed for all of the professional experiences that I encountered. Once I left high school, went through college and entered the professional world, I felt very prepared. And a lot of that was at the root of what I learned while I was a part of SBI. So I served on the board a couple of years and then actually moved into being the president of the board for a while. After that, now I'm a board member, and I'm really excited about the work that I'm getting to do right now, because it really is this forward visioning for how the organization will move, how it's pivoting and reinventing itself to be relevant in these current times. And so I'm just really grateful that I have sort of this unique vantage point. I think I feel really fortunate to be able to contribute to the board in that way. Having been a student, an alum, even wrote my dissertation on SBI, I know it well.
My name is Melanie Castro. I'm class of 2017. I just graduated class of 2021 at the University of the Arts. Currently, I have branched into modeling, acting, and still dancing. I've danced alongside Love and Hip Hop star Brittany Taylor, and I'm currently assisting Pony Zion for Shanti's up-and-coming tour in the fall. So with the odds set against me, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I'm set out to do as my passion rather than what the system wants me to do in the way that they have set it up, So going to UArts, everyone really looked at me like, I was crazy. You have this girl that didn't have any source of training, didn't have any source of family income. It was really hard for me, which made me work 10 times harder. And I took everything that I learned from SBI and IGC model to bring it into a new environment of a private school, and let alone an art school, And I was always in financial aid office talking about, I need to stay here, like I want to be here, I know that I don't have the funds, but let's make it happen, And I got that from my experience at SBI, because Thompson was the reason I was up in their faces talking about, hey, I need this, I need that. It gave me a voice that I didn't know I had. Being so shy and then going into a whole private school all the way in Philadelphia, it was so new to me.
Hi, my name is Jumirna Alcover, and I'm a part of the class of 2014. After Randolph, I went to Buffalo State College, where I got my Bachelor's of Science in Health and Wellness with a minor in coaching. And I pursued my Master's at Medaille College, where I earned a Master's of Arts in Organizational Leadership.
My name is Jeremy Jaco. I graduated from Randolph in 2013. From there, I went on to go to Elmira College, graduated from there in 2017, and currently I am a CX manager at Ergata. When it came to career day, even having Ford Motor come in or Deloitte, Milken Scholars, these people taught us things that I still use till this day when it comes to interviews or even connecting with people, following up and expanding the network. It's honestly amazing. It's priceless. And I remember winning first place a couple times at career day, but no, it was an amazing experience. And even the college trips, we were actually, me and a few of my friends were one of the first official, interns for CCPI during our senior year. And it was amazing. We got to experience planning these college trips out and focusing on budgets and getting everyone to see that there's more to college than just New York, or there's more to education than just finishing high school. Even me before the program, I didn't think too much about it. I thought maybe I'll go to school in the city, or maybe I won't even go to college at all. But this really expanded my thinking, and it kind of changed my life forever. I met lifelong friends in almost every single state, and everywhere I go, I just remember different experiences that I've had, and it all leads back to SBI.
Right now, I'm IT specialist for Disney streaming services. I work nights, so I'm pretty much the only one that works at night. in terms of IT support, I tend to support all major releases for the Disney Plus platform. Everything stemming from the Disney Plus launch all the way till Raya. And then I do have a few colleagues over in San Francisco, but they tend to stop working later in the night, and then I continue on till 2 a.m. Eastern. We have a bunch of people working everywhere, all over the world. So it's pretty cool to get calls from India and Australia. We support a lot of the vendors that pick up, when you call Disney Plus, their support. I take care of them just to make sure that they have the access they need to support. We also set up a lot of hardware, peripherals. If anybody has any issues with their tech, we could do remote sessions.
After graduate school, I had a job in Washington, D.C., which is much closer to home. But I did want to do some state policy and level work, and I got a really good offer for California. I'd spent some time out here prior and really just enjoyed the vibe. So when I first moved out here, I actually moved to Sacramento and spent a good amount of time in Sacramento at first. So I think it's a great place to be to do the kind of work that I'm doing. I did study abroad, and I think it was the best semester of my entire 4 years. So that might not be a little fair that I'm singing someone's praises. And my best semester was actually off campus in Cape Town, South Africa. It's something that I highly recommend. Every time I speak to high schoolers who ask about choosing colleges, and I say if you can, choose one that has a study abroad program, because it is such an invaluable experience. I spent 6 months there. I did a semester at University of Cape Town. I met friends and people that I would have never met if I did not go there, who lived in America and were still friends today. I met South African friends and had really good relationships there. And just being immersed in the culture is so much different than going to go visit for a week or two.
Yeah, I've been at Teams for Food Justice for the last, since 2016, and it's 5 years now. And I work in marketing and fundraising there. So my title is Senior Marketing and Development Manager. And what I really do is all things, about communicating to the world what Teams for Food Justice is, but also amplifying the voices of our student advocates, our student leaders. And then also on the development side, I have a heavy hand in all of the fundraising that goes on in the organization, whether it's, putting together large fundraising events where we're raising money from individuals, or applying for government funding, securing government contracts, or securing grant funding and private foundation funding. So all of that, and that's what I've been doing for the last few years at Teams for Food Justice. If anyone who has spent any time with me knows I'm always fired up about some political issue. I feel like we need to get serious about demanding big, bold, progressive change from our elected officials. I've always felt that way. And I've always felt that media is a really powerful tool to communicate, but also to mobilize, right? And so really, and this is how I got into the communications at Teams for Food Justice too, right? It's like, how can I get my word out there and get it out as far as possible? And more importantly, how can I inspire someone else or spark an idea in someone else's mind?
Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Malcolm X.